All right. What is going on, all you Hollow Table heroes? This is your boy Itachi, and this is the Imperial Military Podcast Show. And this is where we go over our free-to-play accounts, myself and my friend and guildmate, Evo. What's going on, Evo?
What's up?
So today we'll be going over those, and we got a special treat for you guys tonight. We're going to talk about things that we're going to do a little bit better in 2020. So, some New Year's resolutions for SWGOH for us. So, we'll be getting into that today as well. But first, as always, my friends, let's hit that intro. All right, so let's take that baby Yoda off. So I think we'll go over. We're gonna do our 2020 New Year's resolutions for SWGOH first, and then we'll go over our free-to-play accounts right after that. So hopefully everyone is doing well out there in the galaxy. And welcome to 2020. It's the first IMPS stream of 2020 of the new year. Super excited. How about you, Evo?
I am excited. Yes, ready to go. Got a lot going on.
We do have a lot going on. So let's see. A couple things that I did last year, especially with this account, was I placed 2 mini Zetas. And in doing that, I kind of put myself in a bit of a pickle when it comes to Grand Arena. That's been a big thing for me, is too many Zetas and not necessarily having my teams farmed for the Zetas that I'm putting on leaders and stuff like that. So, like, we put a Zeta on Padme, and only had Padme and Ahsoka Tano and General Kenobi, so not a full G-Rep team for Padme, and
I cautioned him against that. I just want to put that out there, but he didn't listen.
Oh man, he did. What's going on, Doc Diggler? Is your GP too high? We'll just say I have some issues in Grand Arena. With the amount of Zetas that I placed on, I'm at 1.3 million. And the amount of Zetas that I placed on, typically I'm seeing a lot of Gear 13 relicked out, like Jedi Knight Revans, Darth Revans, and things like that in Grand Arena. And so that makes it a little harder to go through and full clear at the very least. Not necessarily win, but being able to full clear.
Is that your character galactic power? Like just on the character screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What are you at?
1.3 million. My full galactic power is 1.3 million.
Oh, okay. So I'm at 1.2, like just over 1.2.
Okay. Characters, I'm 704.
Ooh, where do you see that? Let's compare.
Click on yourself and then go to stats. And then galactic power shifts, I'm at 628,000. Hashtagger, what's up, man? Doc Diggler says, dang, that sucks, but makes sense. Hashtagger, what's good, team? Got y'all in the background while I'm whipping up some dinner. Can't say what it is because my roomie is here watching while I'm cooking, and it's a surprise. Good luck on the full clear. Be right back. What's up?
So yeah, I mean, you're only about 50,000 galactic power ahead of me on characters. Most of it is in your ships, which is obvious. But so yeah, I mean, we're not that far off.
No, we're not. We're not that far off. What's up, Darth Asta?
That's with me getting a Gear 13 relic character. So
right, and I don't have any Gear 13 relic characters right now. So, like, I placed more Zetas. Evo focused a lot more on gear. particularly. So one of the things I'm going to start doing is hoarding Zetas a little bit more. Evo does this pretty well, pretty nicely, actually. Did I just say raid? Tank takedown? Is that what that was?
Who's eligible for his boss skip?
So that's one of the things I'm going to be working on this year.
Yeah, I've got 3 saved up.
Yeah, 68 Zeta Mass. Look at that. It's ridiculous.
I'm going to unlock CLS and Zeta him out.
Yeah, there you go. The other thing I'm going to work on that I think everyone kind of gets into this at some point, where I started a farm and I didn't complete it. So on this count particularly, I was like, I'm gonna start farming Jedi Knight Anakin, and like I started and then I stopped, and so now I'm full out farming Jedi Knight Anakin. But again, like if I would have farmed him when I said I was gonna farm him, which was like 6 months ago almost. Ugh, it was a while ago, and maybe like 4 or 5 months. But I would have a much better Galactic Republic team right now. General Kenobi, I've been like slacking, and I do this every time with General Kenobi. I slack on his gear every single time. So finishing up gear, finishing up mods and things like that, just getting a lot more laser focused when it comes to the account and what I'm doing with the characters that I have. So that's something that I'm also going to be working on this year in 2020. As far as like this account goes, and that kind of goes for all my accounts, because that's one of the things that I probably lack on the most, is to continue to stay on target when it comes to farming, fully farming characters. And when I say fully farming, I mean you get them to 7 stars, you get them to at least gear 12 or gear 11, gear 12 before moving on to like the next team. And so I haven't done that too well. And, you know, starting out, you're going to have to take some time to gear more than one team. So your focus is going to be pulled, but continue to focus on those 2 teams. So typically one light side and one dark side team. Get them where you need to get them at. I think Phoenix is probably the only exception, I'd say. I'd still want to take those guys to gear 11 just because they're used in ships. And you're then able to max out all of the crew abilities. But complete those farms, complete those farms and whatnot. I kind of went backwards on the farming guide on this account, somewhat. I mean, I'm still on target. We got Jedi Knight Revan where we were supposed to. We've got Yoda, and we just kind of jumped to Padme. It was the only jump really there, and that was because of ships. So ships, we went in pretty hard on Geos, and because of that, I was like, well, I might as well farm the rest of the team. And then when I farmed the rest of the team, I was like, well, I might as well get Padme. So, what about you, Evo?
Well, I agree with some of the thing, or most of what you said there. Like, I have similar issues. Obviously, I know how to be laser focused and get things done, and like you can tell with my Jedi Knight Revan here. But it's for me, it's finding a balance as well. So like you're saying with the 2 teams, I tend to focus on one team, and then I kind of get lost, and you know I'll finish that team or whatever, and then I won't know where to go next. So having more of a plan. I think the farming guide is great for getting us where we are, but I mean, you and I were talking yesterday, like what's next? I mean, I've got Padme here unlocked at level 1. I've got Darth Trey here ready to be unlocked, and you know I'm not ready for them. I didn't plan ahead far enough for them.
Right.
You know, plus I could probably unlock CLS today if I really wanted to. That's 3, you know, big game characters that I'm not ready. Like I can have them, I'm just not ready for them. So
yeah.
You know, kind of building more of a plan for what I want to do, what my next steps are. Thinking more of the long game, I guess, rather than just farming right now, because that's kind of what I do. But the biggest thing that I want to work on, and I don't think it's a surprise to anyone, is my mods. I need to figure something out for my mods on all 3 accounts. I mean, Revan's in a good spot, but if you go over not too far away to Jolie, like his mods are not there. Yoda's mods are okay, but they're not leveled. Like it's all the same team, and I've like focused on one character or a couple characters here or there. So yeah, that's my main
Doc
focus
Diggler
there.
says relics changed what it means to be hyper focused and extended the time needed to focus on characters. I'm in the same boat and feel your pain in GA.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of hard stopping myself at Relic 4, I think, at this point. So I'm pretty close. I can actually get him to Relic 4 right now, but really, once you're past Relic 4, the type of gear that you need to get Relic 5 and above is just too needed by other characters.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can, as an example, put him up to Relic 4. And then if you start looking at, I think it's these.
Yeah.
The stuff that we need for this, I have very little of it, and most of it is needed by characters that I have favorited right now. So, I am not going to be spending that stuff because I need to work on those characters. So that's going to be my go-to end point. The next person that I work on maxing their gear out, I'm going to stop them at Relic 4, same thing, until I can circle back around and then really finish out my team. But yeah,
I think if you don't learn anything else from us, one thing I would say finish a team, get them to 7 stars, get them geared. Now, some teams you're not going to want to take to gear 12, right? You're not going to take them to gear 13, and that's fine, right? If they're using ships, get them at least to gear 11, because at gear 11 you can max out that ship that it's a crew member of for all the crew abilities. So at the very least, like Phoenix, for example, a lot of people hate gearing Phoenix because it's like you can get them to gear 8, get them to gear 9, and you can 7-star the Thrawn event, and that's all people really care about. But when you go over to ships, and a lot of people tend to neglect ships, you realize, hey, I still need gear on these guys to actually stay competitive in my ship arena, based off of the fleet that I'm using. And obviously, some of them go, like Phantom 2 is used in what has been the meta, starting to change with the Negotiator and the Malevolence. But, in that Rebel fleet, Phantom 2 is used because it immediately resets that cooldown for the capital ship with its reinforcement ability. So things like that. You still want that ship to be good, right? So you can have it at 7 stars. But if you got gear 8 characters and, you haven't maxed out your mods and things of that nature, you're going to be missing out on speed. You're going to be missing out on some health and protection and things like that. So getting them to at least gear 11 and abilities. So getting them to at least gear 11, you get to max out those ships' abilities. You're getting some pretty decent speed and health and protection on there. Obviously, if you take them to gear 12, it's a new level of speed and things of that nature. But all those are really big. And yeah, Doc Diggler, I agree with you. Relics did change like how you stay focused, right? And so, like Evo said, having a plan, right? So Evo's going to relics, whereas like I'm right now, I'm stopping at gear 12s, right? Gear 12. I did the same thing with the Geos. I stopped at gear 12. And so I'm going to gear 12, going to take my baseline characters to gear 12, and what makes really the competitive teams out there, I'll take them to gear 12. Once I get all my competitive teams that I need, I'll start focusing in on gear 13. And if I get some gear 13 pieces in the meantime and I'm able to get them to gear 13, great. But I'm not going to like super stress over it until I get the main teams to gear 12, so that when I go into Grand Arena, I'm facing people that are more so closely matched to what my actual roster is, as opposed to, this guy's got Relic 7 Darth Revan. I'm not getting through that. And things like that. So.
Yeah. See, that it's my goal to be that guy. Like, I want to be the guy where as soon as they click on me, they're like, oh, okay, he's got Revan. And then as soon as they click on the team, they're like, oh, crap, it's a Relic Revan. But yeah. I mean, I'm doing the same thing. Like my Geos, I've got them to gear 11. I'm comfortable with where they are. They're not my arena team. I want to get my Geo Brood Alpha to 7-star. So that's something that I'm working on. I want to finish that team as far as the star count goes. But there are ones that I'll come back to later on. I put up to gear 12 or gear 13 end game. But they're a great team where they are at gear 11. So
yeah.
And just like Phoenix is a great team. You can gear 12 and Zeta Phoenix if you want, and it's a great team. If you go against a gear 12 Phoenix team with Zetas, like it's you're just sitting there like with your head in your hands, like, why did this guy do that? I hate this guy. There's
because then you're forced to take like
a good team.
Yeah, Papa Palpatine against them or something. Whereas, like, I've been able to get away with like badly geared, well, I shouldn't say badly geared, badly modded CLS teams against them. And when you see that and they've got good mods and things like that, it's like, I can't take my badly modded CLS team in here and win. I need to go take my Papa Palpatine, which I want to use in this other team, and so it pulls a team away in Grand Arena that you would use somewhere else.
Yeah, for sure.
And so the other thing that I've got for 2020 is more so channel specific. I definitely want to hit 500 subs. Thank you guys out there for all the love. We got the 200 subs right before the year ended of 2019. Greatly appreciate that. Darth Asta says, I have been going heavy on Arena Team and Fleet, but it does hurt in GA. Yeah, it does, man. It does. So it's like a sacrifice, right? Obviously, Grand Arena, you're going to get some Zeta materials and stuff like that out of there, but all your crystals, your currency grind, which is what this game is all about, is going to come from Squad Arena and Ship Arena. And it's like, man, what do I do here? And for me, I've been, Fleet Arena has been great for me on this account, on the new account, the Hyperdrive bundle account. Fleets has been great, and getting those high payouts, man, it just helps so much. So much, I would say. But one thing I want to do for the stream, for the channel, is put out more content. We've been doing a lot of live streaming, Grand Arena, IMPS. We just added the Hyperdrive bundle, and I'm looking to do some more videos. So, Doc Diggler, thanks, man, for the sub. Appreciate it. So do some more actual videos, like 10-minute, 11-minute videos, and things like that. And I think Evo had a really good idea. I can't remember exactly how he put it, so I actually let him explain it. Where he's talking about different squads and things I've taken in Grand Arena, and maybe covering them against, like, not necessarily per se the meta, but something like that. So.
Yeah, so what I was trying to see if there was other content out there like this, and there seems to be a couple, but I didn't really dig into it too much. But what I was hoping we could do is start building up some videos that are centered around specific teams. So, you have your Bounty Hunter team, your Night Sisters team, obviously the Revan teams. Like what kind of different variances are good for those teams, what they're good for versus raids, Grand Arena, which of the characters in that team have ships and might be the ones to focus on first. So really just kind of a deep dive explanation of the teams. What are they good against? Your Empire, what Empire team is that's good against Night Sisters?
It's
Troopers.
Oh, the Troopers. Yeah, Imperial Troopers.
So, like, something like that. Like these Troopers are good against the Night Sisters. What else are they good against, or what's good against them? Like, what do you not want to take them against? So it's just kind of a one-stop shop for those teams that you can just kind of come and see, get some information on, rather than just one character specific or anything like that.
Yeah, and then the other thing I had, Evo actually kind of has it pulled up. You can barely see it right now. Let me get an Evo screen real quick. But mod guide. I've been working on this mod guide, and I need to actually finish it and it's really going to be more so the bigger teams that are out there. And it'll be something that honestly, I'll probably put into the Discord to share. So it won't be a permanent thing that's up for the channel. We'll do a video about it. I'll kind of show it and talk about it a little bit, but it's a way to go through, and different teams that are going to be used: Phoenix, Sith Empire, Jedi, regular Empire, Rebels, Bounty Hunters, Sith, just some of those top tier teams that are out there, Resistance, Geos, and things like that. You got Galactic Republic now with Padme, and how to mod them, and what you're going to be looking for stat wise, what your primary secondary stats are going to be. So is it going to be speed? Are they going to be tenacity, potency? What is it going to be, and what are you really looking for? Like speed, you're looking at plus 100 speed most of the time. Tenacity, you want 60 or more tenacity. Offense, you want 100% or more. So things like that, just to kind of help out the community a lot more with when they're going through and you're doing your own account, and you're like, man, I don't know, I'm working on bounty hunters, man, what should I put on bounty hunters? And so then you can go through, filter through the mod guide, and be able to actually say, okay, I need this on the arrow, I need this on the triangle, I need this on the cross, and this on the circle. So then you can kind of focus, you can actually focus your farms for gear on the pieces you need.
I'll show you right now, and that's what I'm going through. Like I did it with Bosk. I just pulled up all 3 accounts and went right down here to Bosk and went through each spot and got all the mods on him. Now I'm moving on to Boba Fett. I'm going to do the same thing. Just look right down here and say, I got to move it down a little bit. So perfect, because Arrow needs speed, and I'm getting that done on all 3 accounts. Because you can see, I got 1 account going here, but my other 2 were not happy looking at all. So,
and mods are always going to be a constant thing. You want to kind of break up your weeks with actually farming mods, and then farming slicing material. You want to have that good little mesh flow there, whether you alternate weeks. So maybe 4 days out of the week you're just focusing in on the mod challenges and farming the mods themselves, and then 3 days out of the week you're working on slicing those mods on your characters that you currently have to get better stats and things like that. And then the next week, maybe you switch it up. You go to 4 days out of the week and you're doing slicing, and 3 days out of the week you're doing the challenges. But you need to have a good mix there. So you should be constantly actually farming mods and trying to get better stats. And as you get better stats, you can swap mods out on your arena team, put better mods on, put the mods that were on your arena team onto a different team. And so it kind of helps you kind of get through all that stuff. All right, so let's get into the nitty gritty here with the IMPS account. So this is my account, IMPS Itachi. Arena rank 316. I'm still using my Geos. Like I said, I'm working on Padme, so which also requires me, working on Ewok, so I can get C-3PO and really have that team that's used in Arena that can, take out Darth Revan, take out Jedi Knight Revan. And so we're still working on that team right now. Fleet rank, I am able still to get top 10, but I do tend to fall. So I'm at, right now, it's showing fleet rank 28. I'm typically getting top 10 during my payouts, which is nice. And then Grand Arena, ranked 895, currently at Erodium and in Division 8. So that's how that stuff's going. So outside of that, let's go down the list on the characters and show you guys where we're at, what progress we're done. So start out with the 501st, the 5050 as you see, again, clones I haven't really been working on. I do have Ahsoka Tano at gear 11. She has her Zeta on her. Again, we're working on mods on her. And I need to get her to gear 12. So Ahsoka Tano is coming along pretty nicely there. Bounty Hunters. Bounty Hunters haven't moved too much. Ooh. Getting really close to finishing Jango Fett. 84 out of 100 shards there, which is nice.
I didn't realize my Bubba had a 25 speed mod on him.
Ooh. That's nice.
Oh.
It'll go up to 26. once you put to 6 dot. So Bosca's at 4 stars on his way to 5. So I've been farming that, which is nice too, and have this team getting pretty close to getting ready to be able to go in and start thinking about doing 7-star Chewbacca. Empire hasn't really moved much. Gear 11, Papa Palpatine with 1 Zeta, single Zeta on Grand Admiral Thrawn, and he's at Gear 9. Gear 9 Darth Vader. Gear 8 Grand Moff Tarkin. Colonel Stark's at 7 stars and Gear 7, but I haven't really worked on him. Range Trooper's ready to go to 7 stars, but again, I'm not working on these guys right now, and with my GP being the way it is, I don't want to start the P-ski with the tree. What's up, man? But I don't really want to I don't want to be jacking up that galactic power any more than it is. And I mean, troopers, I have such a deep love for Imperial troopers. You can ask Evo. This is my first 7-star range trooper out of all my accounts. And IMPS is still my favorite account. But I haven't taken them to 7 stars yet. We still got to farm Veers to 7 stars. And then we got to start working on these guys with gear and stuff like that. But they're not really needed for anything else. They're a great counter to Night Sisters. And I mean, that's really it. I mean, they put out a lot of damage. They can put out a lot of damage when they're modded correctly. You've got the Zeta on Veers and stuff like that. But again, it's a team that's like a super secondary team. It's probably like a B-, C+ team. I'd probably say more like a C team, to be honest with you, as far as Grand Arena Territory Wars goes, because they're super targeted to a specific team. They're a specific counter for a specific team. I personally hate Night Sisters. If you've been on any of the Grand Arena streams, I cannot stand Night Sisters. I always mess up against them. Well, not always, but a lot of times I mess up against them enough to make me hate them. And so I'm usually doing a second battle against Night Sisters to take them out. So Imperial Troopers allow me to not really guess on what team I'm going to go take against Night Sisters. It's just like, yep, Imperial Troopers, here we go. And so that's why I kind of like started off strong on these guys, because I was like, I want Troopers. All right, Ewoks. My Ewoks are starting to kind of come along. I haven't actually activated any of them. Again, keeping my galactic power down. So one of the other things I'm doing is I'm going to wait till I get the 330 shards, and then I'll activate it, and that's when I'm going to be ready to put gear on them, work on their abilities, and things like that. So my galactic power will start to shoot up when I start doing that, but they're going to be a good team at that point. Murder Bears are a great backwall defensive team on Grand Arena. They can really trip you up. Peasky says Troopers have been fun on offense this GAC. That's awesome. He's finally got Range Trooper. Awesome. Yeah, I finally got him. And so Ewoks I've started to work on. Wicket is going to be a long farm. We're talking about 3 months or so. Low Gray is another one that only shows up in one place, and it's ridiculous. Like, it's only in one place that you can get Low Gray. Poplo now, I've got 234 shards for him. He's 100 shards away. Ewok Elder shouldn't be that hard. Chief Chirpa's over in Cantina battles. So not working on Chief Chirpa right now because, again, I have Padme, and that really needs to be my arena team. And so I need to work on that team, which means I need to get Jedi Knight Anakin geared up. I need to get him started up so that I can actually get Low Gray is your new Dengar. Yeah, man. Freaking Low Dengar. Gosh, that guy took forever. But yeah, I got to finish off with the rest of the Padme team. I need to get them geared. I need to get them Zeta. General Kenobi needs to get a Zeta. Jedi Knight Anakin's going to need his Zeta. So that's 2 Zetas right there. And then we need to save up 3 Zetas for C-3PO. Once we get these guys rocking and rolling, and really I'm gonna need 5 Zetas because I need to place a Zeta on Chief Chirpa. I need to place a Zeta on Wicket for the event. So I'll need to save up 5 Zetas once I'm done getting Jedi Knight Anakin and General Kenobi geared up with their Zetas. We'll have to save up 5 Zetas. So it's gonna take a while, at least 3 months. as far as saving up those Zetas. Probably a little longer because Wicket's going to take longer than that, and I haven't even started working on Chief Chirpa yet. Now, granted, again, Cantina goes fairly quickly with those farms, so it may be a little accelerated. First order, again, not even worried about these guys right now. You can see I got Phasma. I got 332 shards of Captain Phasma, not activated. First order officers got 126, not activated. So
no way.
You all right over there?
Oh, I upgraded a mod too far.
Oh, you put us. You sliced.
I had it on him, but I didn't confirm it on there, so I sliced it too far.
Man.
Now he can't use it.
That sucks.
You gotta be joking. All right, I'm gonna have to get him to Gear 12 real quick.
So I'm really excited about General Hux, but we're not gonna be able to use him until he's free to play. And once he becomes free to play, I'm gonna farm the crap out of him. Same thing with Sith Trooper. Even though I don't know if I'm going to actually use Sith Trooper in the First Order team, I think I'm going to use him more with a Sith team because he puts out massive amounts of damage, and he has that Sith tag. So those guys are just chilling out. Crew is the only one that's close to 7 stars because we farmed his ship early in this account because of the control that you got from him while we were farming our Geos. So once we got our Geos up and running, like, Crew kind of just like got pushed to the side. G-Rap. Now this is where I need to spend a lot of time on. Barriss Offee is actually the Peace Key, my current Dengar. 71 out of 100 shards. We've been farming her for a very long time, and I'm just ready to be done with her. We're almost there. 29 shards, baby girl. Barriss Offee is going to be my substitute until I get C3PO. So really, I need like 6 Zetas now that I think about it, because Barriss needs her Zeta, General Kenobi needs his Zeta, Jedi Knight Anakin needs his Zeta. That's 3, and they're gonna hold the spot for the time being. And then once we get C3PO, he needs 3, so that's 6. So we're really gonna need those actual Zetas. Barriss' Zeta is great, and it goes along fantastic with the Padme team. Padme, I did get to Gear 12, as you guys see here. She's sitting at G12. Got one Gear 12 plus. It's not even really called Gear 12 plus anymore, but whatever. Gear 12 plus piece on her. And I'm almost done with her mods. Now I do have to go back and take a look at our mods because I think some of these are wrong. But we'll see. But I need to look at our mods. I feel like I want a little bit more speed on her. Grandmaster Yoda will go over in Jedi. Ahsoka Tano. So Ahsoka Tano, like I showed you guys earlier, she's at Gear 11, need to get Gear 12. Her abilities are maxed out, which is nice. I don't have to work on her abilities. We're just looking at gear and mods at this point. So you'll see I have got 3 out of my 6 mods are 5.A's, and then the other 3 are, what are these, E's? I think these are E's. The green ones are E's. So got to work on her mods and get her up and rolling there. General Kenobi, again, he's only sitting at Gear 9. This guy should be at least a Gear 10, Gear 11 by this point. He really should be Gear 11 by this point. Waiting for these other 48 shards so he can go to 7-star in Gear 12. So we should have him pretty much ready, except for being able to put on Gear 12 pieces. By this point, I've had him for long enough. But I procrastinated on General Kenobi. All his stun cuffs and stun guns and all the other stupid gear pieces that he needs because he's a freaking tank. They just take a long time to farm. And every time I unlock him, I'm like, oh, this farm for gear is so silly. But he's a fantastic character, and he's used in Jedi. He's used in the Galactic Republic team. And so I need to work on him. He's a very valuable character. What's going on, little buddy? Eagle Cole says, hey. That's my little man. And then, same thing with mods. Yeah, GK gear is a pain. Yeah, it is a pain. And the same thing with mods with him, right? I need to work on his mods. His mods are looking pretty sad here. So we got to get his mods up and rolling as well. properly. I think he's showing off his General Kenobi. Just not gonna. Don't pay attention to that. All right, so Jedi Knight Anakin, like I said, I did get him unlocked, so he's at 4 stars. But again, I gotta get him to 7 stars. I got 3 more stars to go. Gear and things like that, but he's gonna go pretty quickly. As you see, his basic and special are already maxed out. Righteous Fury, which is the big Zeta, because we're gonna have Padme as an ally, and she takes a bonus turn with Anakin every time he takes one. So it speeds her up quite a bit. So therefore, she can be a little bit slower and really get all that protection and things like that you're going to want to have her to have because of Anakin. So, but same thing with him. Gear, mods, and things like that. I haven't even started working on his mods yet. And so we're going to have to work on his mods as well. But I need to continue to gear this guy and things of that nature. And then again, Barriss Offee. Haven't really worked on her at all. And I really need to get on the ball with this. With getting her geared and things like that, because she's another one that I can throw into this team. And at this point, even with the lower star counts and things like that with these characters, having them at higher gear with mods, and having them leveled at level 85 at least, and having their abilities maxed out, actually does quite a bit for us over in Grand Arena, because then I have a full Galactic Republic team, which I currently don't have for Padme. I'm usually trying to under squad it, or I bring in some weird characters for it, so it's kind of silly. So that's pretty much it for Galactic Republic. Obviously, we've got R2-D2 here. He is at 7 stars. I'm not working towards CLS right now. Honestly, CLS is probably going to be a little bit more on my back burner. Again, I'm kind of jumping some of the farming guide because we did get Padme so early. I want to be able to get the rest of that team, because that team is doing really good in Arena right now, along with like clone troopers and stuff like that. But I want to get Padme. That's my thing. That's my thing for this account. Get Padme, get her team, get them gear 12. And I want them to be my first, gear 13 relic team. So, still working on those guys, and until I get them to where I want them, at least gear 12, and then I can start working on CLS, get CLS to gear 12, and things like that. Geos are at a standstill right now. We got Spy to gear 12, we got Geonosian Soldier to gear 12, we got Sunfact to gear 12, 7-star Geonosian Brood Alpha, and Brood Alpha and Poggle are both at gear 11. Now, I do need to take these two to gear 12. But again, my focus right now, because they are at gear 11, I got double Zeta on Geonosian Brood Alpha. I'm kind of holding back for right now. I'm like, okay, these guys are doing really well for me. They're doing pretty good on defense. They're holding pretty strong on defense in Grand Arena. Arena isn't great, but I've that ship has sailed at this point for us. We're coming up on a year. But what? Here's Imp's higher gear. Itachi.
That's me and Peasky talking about the Gen Kens.
Gotcha. But these guys are doing well, but Arena, regular squad Arena, that ship has sailed for me. I'm up close to the 400s. I can get it down, knock it down to 200, into the 200s here and there. But until we get really a top tier team and really go hard on them, we're not going to be able to progress and really jump into the top 50 or top 25. It took me almost a year to do that on my main account. So I jumped the gun on Darth Revan on my main account, and when I did that, I was able to progress quite a bit in the top 50, and I've stayed in top 50 on that account. So again, when you're playing free to play, there's some things you just have to come to realization with. Regular Arena, you're probably not going to be number 1. You're probably not going to be in the top 10. It's probably going to take a while to get in the top 50. Eventually, you can get to number 1, because at some point, everything's going to plateau. So, and it's just going to come down to who's got the better mods on the characters. And at some point, we'll get there. But right now, we're not there. We're a little while away from that. So until that time, we're going to continue to work on our core, work on that backbone for the account, and be able to continue to do well in Grand Arena and things like that, which is really the goal here. All right, moving on to Jedi. So Jedi, I do have Jedi Knight Revan, and he is on his way to Gear 12. His mods are very nice, I will say. This is probably my best modded Jedi Knight Revan that I have on any of my accounts, plus 127 speed, which is phenomenal. Once he goes to Gear 12, those are going to pop quite a bit, and then taking these up to 6.E mods, we're going to get additional 7 speed, additional 7 speed from going to 6.E mods. So that'll be plus 134 speed, and with any of your characters with mods, and you're looking at speed, 100 plus 100 speed or better is where you want to be at. So we're right where we want to be at. I'm not looking to have the fastest Jedi Knight Revan in the world. I finally got all the Zetas on him, so a little behind Evo here, but again, I'm not taking any of these guys at Gear 13 anytime soon right now. We're doing Gear 12, and we're stopping. So Grandmaster Yoda is still sitting at Gear 11. He needs to go to Gear 12. I need to work on his mods. Same thing. He does have his Zeta on him. Bastila, same thing. Gear 11. Her mods are done. She just needs to get to Gear 12. So it's just farming some of these gear pieces and stuff like that. Same thing with Jolie Bindo. Mods are done. Has his Zeta 2 pieces away from Gear 12. Hermit Yoda is I kind of stopped on him. He's at Gear 9. I need to take him up to Gear 10. He's missing 1 Zeta. I need to work on his mods as well. And this guy I'm really going to be using primarily for the raid. I think right now I'm getting close to almost 2 million in Phase 2 with Jedi Knight Revan of the Heroic Sith raid, which is pretty nice. Same thing, he's got to go to Gear 12. He's going to be part of that team. And really, because General Kenobi comes out, for me, Hermit Yoda is going to be a part of my Jedi Knight Revan for Grand Arena. So General Kenobi is going to be with Padme, so Hermit Yoda is the guy to put in there, to stick in there. And that health equalization, along with what is this, Grandmaster's training, Master's training, really makes that Jedi Knight Revan team actually quite scary, because you're getting more assist out of this than you would with General Kenobi, actually. And along with the health and protection equalization, just gives them another level of survivability that they already have. You're giving them even more durability. So Hermit Yoda is a nice value add to this team. Don't have Night Sisters, so we're not going to go over that. Old Republic, I did finally actually activate Carthanasi, because I wasn't following my rule that I'm doing for this year. So we're doing that for the rest of the year and going forward. But he is at Gear 5 on his way to Gear 6 there. Or Gear 5. He's at 5 stars on his way to 6 stars. And then I haven't worked on like Zalabar or Mission or T3 M4. They're all still sitting at Gear 7. Again, that's a team I'm going to eventually want to work on, especially once we get Carthanasi up and running for Darth Revan. We got to work on at least Zalabar and Mission Val. I'm gonna be working on those 2 to get them to Gear 11 ish. It will be Gear 11 plus Zetas is what I've done it on my other account to be able to get Malik. And we'll do the same thing with Karth. We'll do the same thing with Canderous. Get them to Gear 11. Good mods and Zetas on those guys. Probably not on Canderous. Canderous will probably take to Gear 12. I don't want to put a Zeta on him. Phoenix hasn't really moved. 4-star Sabine still. These guys are sitting at 9 or 8 or Gear 8. Haven't done anything else with their actual abilities. Going into Rebels. Rebels we haven't done too much with. Wedge is getting close to 7 stars, 81 out of 100. And Scarif Rebel Pathfinder's also getting close to 7 stars, 80 out of 100. And so at some point I'm going to have to be really diving into headfirst a rebel fleet. I've got Han Solo and Chewbacca, and so really all I need to do, PC says, wish I had gone Hermit Yoda instead of Wampa, because now it's the hoarding for Malik in gas. Yeah, we're getting into hoarding time. So I'm gonna be coming up on a rebel fleet here really soon, and so I need to focus in. There's a lot of rebels to focus in on. So Wedge, I need to focus in on. Biggs, I need to focus in on. Admiral Akbar. Pretty much the entire Rogue One team here. Scarif Rebel Pathfinder, Biston, Cassian Andor, K2SO, Jyn Erso. And then Han Solo and Chewbacca for MILF. And then I really need to get a star count on Sabine Wren. Maybe not. Maybe we just take her to gear 11. I need to work on at least her gear. Gear 11, Sabine, and Chopper, and I think it's Ezra that are all part of Phantom 2. And so Admiral Akbar needs to go to gear 11 at least. And then, so then we're going to have a real legitimate rebel fleet to use in Arena, which is going to be really weird for me transitioning from Geos, which is what I've been using. But Millennium Falcon is just a phenomenal ship. It's ridiculous. But it's going to give me 2 fleets to use with Grand Arena and stuff like that, which is actually really important. What else we got here? Separatist. General Grievous is at 165 shards. He's getting close, y'all. He's getting close. B1 Battle Droid. We've started working on him. He's actually my farm over in Fleets. I do need to start working on Droideka. Let's just go ahead and put that little nugget on there. Droideka does have one of the bounty hunter ships on him, so that's going to be one of the farms. Obviously Jango Fett is farming us the Houndstooth, which is also another bounty hunter ship that's needed for the Millennium Falcon. And then so a good Separatist team, droid Separatist team is General Grievous with Magna Guard, B2 Super Battle Droid, B1 Battle Droid, and Droideka. So again, another team I'm kind of farming here and there as well, and I'll go over those farms here in a minute. Sith, like Evo said, Traya is still sitting over here not activated. She's at 186 out of 145 shards. I feel like I'm gonna have her at 7 stars before I actually activate her. The funny thing is the special event that gives you Sith characters almost has my Darth Nihilus unlocked because of that. I have not actually farmed at Nihilus at all. 0 farm on Nihilus. So this is all from that actual event, the 47 out of 50 shards, which is pretty nice. But obviously we need Nihilus and Scion to go along with Darth Traya. Those two at least, that's the Sith Triumvirate. And then, putting together some other Sith to go with that. Sith Trooper is going to have his spot over with Darth Revan. And then along with Darth Malak, Bastila Shan, and HK-47. So then that leaves us Sith Assassin and Sith Marauder, really to jump in there with Darth Traya, Nihilus, Scion. Putting those 2 guys in there as well. Personally, I like that. Now, we do have the new Sith Trooper, which, he may take the place of one of these 2 guys. Probably not Marauder. Marauder puts out a lot of damage. So probably Sith Assassin will take over for Sith Trooper will take over for Sith Assassin for me on that team. Sith Empire, I have started working on HK-47, 67 out of 80 shards. And that's one of my farms. So let's go to what I'm farming where real quick for characters. So we got Jango Fett, as you guys know, has been a nice and long farm, and we're starting to wrap it up here, which is very nice. But he's one of my hard node farms in 8D light side. And then I've got Bosk is another one of my hard node farms over in 9B hard dark side. I just added Droideka, but Wicket is really the 3rd one that I've been farming out of hard nodes. And he's in 8A hard dark side. So a lot of 8s. An 8, 2 8s and a 9. So they're a little longer farms. We are going to start farming Droideka. Just so if you didn't know, Droideka's farm does have Xanadu blood in it. So this is one of those dual threat farms because you're getting a character and you're getting a ship, which is always nice. So those are my farms as far as hard nose go, and then Cantina was Jedi Knight Anakin, and Fleets was Carthanasi. Ships, let's go over my ships real quick. We'll do light side, dark side. Light side, these guys are as far as star count, 7 stars. So I got a lot of 7-star ships actually. Ahsoka's ship, Ghost, Phantom 2, Biston G-Wing, Cassian G-Wing, Wedge Antilles, X-Wing, and Big Dark Liars X-Wing are all 7 stars. So those guys are going really well. Home 1 is at 6 stars. So we're on that 7-star march, and of course that is a special event. And I'm able to do that just fine. 45 out of 100 shards, so we're about halfway there. So Home 1 will be at 7 stars here soon. Which is just silly to me. And again, a lot of this stuff is just going to be working on abilities, maxing these guys out. And some of these crew powers, like I said, you need these guys at gear 11 to max out their crew powers. And so we've got to take them to at least gear 11. Obviously taking them up higher because they're going to be in ships. And the Rebel fleet is a really good fleet to use in ships. You should probably take them to gear 12. At least. I understand not wanting to take some of these characters gear 13, but definitely gear 12. Obviously, gear 13 is going to add another layer to it. But with the Malevolence and the Negotiator, I wouldn't put too much stock into putting some of these rebels into gear 13, to be honest with you. All right, dark side ships. My Geos are maxed out. So outside of the reinforcement abilities, because I don't use them in reinforcements, so they're looking pretty good. Houndstooth, 2 shards away from 7 stars, ladies and gentlemen. I'm super proud about that. It's going to beat my main account, because my main account, I just got Jango Fett to 7 stars, but Houndstooth is still behind. So that is awesome. That is pure farm and pure being focused there. So definitely ready to see this guy go to 7 stars. Again, boss, I've got to get him to at least gear 11. Get him to gear 11, you get all this protection up and health and stuff like that, and extra taunt and all this crazy business. So we need to be able to max this ship out. It's going to be used in that Rebel fleet, and so this is a really important ship. It's still probably one of the best tanks, probably the best tank ship in the game. Hyena Bomber is it's looking pretty good here. Obviously it's not free to play yet, so I can't farm it. So we just need to max out the rest of these abilities, which is going to take ability mats, which I don't have right now, and then be able to max out, which I can't do right now because he's not 5 stars, the reinforcement ability as well. Vulture Droid, I didn't see DSP on, but DSP always gives me a hard time about this because I should be farming this. But I'm not.
With your Geos, yes, you absolutely should be farming that.
Yeah, and we're going for Malevolence on this account, so yeah, I should be. It's part of my it's part of my arena team, and I should be farming this. So I do actually need to add this to the farm. Again, right, finishing off farms and things like that. This is going to be one of those things. We just did the marquee event, and then it came free to play farmable, and I should have gone straight to farming it. Chimera's at 6 stars. We'll be able to go to 7 stars as soon as we get home 1 to 7 stars. Did get TIE Advance unlocked. Haven't really worked on him yet. That's Vader's ship. TIE Silencer has been the same since weeks, months. Haven't really worked on this for a while. But it is at 5 stars. But it's going to sit there for a while. Imperial TIE Fighter, I did get the 7 stars. I haven't really worked on it past that. But it's another ship I really need to work on. I haven't really been hard pressed because I'm able to do the event for the Executrix. I got a Executrix 2 6 stars. It's on the 7-star march, also at 45 out of 100. And so as far as working on like Imperial TIE Fighter and stuff like that, it's like, yeah, I'll get there when I get there type of thing. Executrix isn't a big ship anymore. Chimera is also losing viability over in ships right now. And so, yes, it's going to be nice to have them at 7 stars and stuff like that. But as far as putting a lot of stock into gearing up some of these Empire ships, at this point, I'm not so much focused on Houndstooth. Yes, Geos, obviously, they're done. Vulture Droid and Hyena Bomber, I'll be focusing in on those guys. Again, we'll be going for the Malevolence. I got 25 out of 145 shards, and so I'll continue to farm the Malevolence. And so once this is ready for 5 stars, I'll be activating Grievous and immediately gearing him up as far as I can go. So yeah, that's light side, dark side there for those guys. And then taking a look at my shipments, obviously we tell you guys this every single day. Your regular shipments, get these ones that just cost you some credits. You want to get those regardless because of relics and things like that. Being able to convert this gear, you can never have too many. And so you definitely want to do that every single time. Cantina battles, I am farming First Order Officer, so he's coming along pretty nicely. Guild store, this is where I'm looking for Barris down here in the corner, which she's been, playing peekaboo with me every once in a while. I do grab any Ewoks in here. Poplo, you see I grabbed today. And then I have kind of started grabbing gear a lot more out of this, just to kind of accelerate some of the gear grind, gear crunch that's out there. Squad Arena, like I said, I just started doing Squad Arena store, HK47. I just finished up IG88. Galactic War store, I'm actually just using this for shard shop currency. Again, I don't want to get too crazy and too wide with my roster right now, and so most of these other characters I don't need at the moment, and because of that, I'm just taking the characters that I've maxed out and I'm grabbing those. Now, when like Plo Koon shows up, I grab him every once in a while, but again, the Negotiator ship is a little bit more down the road for me. I want to get Malevolence first and then go to Negotiator. Fleet Arena. Here I am still, for the most part, just getting ships and characters. Looks like this just reset. Now, I have started kind of dipping into Zetas. So I can start hoarding up Zetas a little quicker. But this is still going into ships for the most part. Guild event store, get 2. We're spending all on the Malevolence. Get 1 currency. I am spending on gear, not Wampa. And again, I'm just trying to help along my characters. I need to help along my characters. Grand Arena is pretty important to me. Peasky, I banked 20k on the GW store just in case they ever add something I want, using the leftovers on shards. Holy moly, that's a lot. 20k. The funny thing is I remember I saved up so much get 1 to try to get Darth Malak, so that I was prepared for Darth Malak when he came around the second time. And then I got impatient on my main account. I don't know if y'all remember this. I got impatient and I started buying Yoda shards. Hermit Yoda shards. And then Malak came out like 3 days later. I was so pissed. I had about 20k saved up too. All right, championship store. Championship store. I'm grabbing these Gear 13 or Gear 12 finisher pieces. Chirotechs. But I have started dipping down here a little bit more. Again, trying to get characters geared has been a big thing for me. And then here in the shard store, I'm not really grabbing Grievous shards. I grab Grievous shards every once in a while. Again, this is all about gear for me that I need for characters. And so I'm grabbing these pieces. You got to grab these pieces out of here. These are gonna have Gear 12 pieces, Gear 12 plus pieces, and so you're gonna need these. You're gonna need these for your characters. Go ahead and grab those. That's the best thing you can do. So yeah, that's I think this about sums it up. Oh, I did want to check one thing because I'm low key farming in ships. Because I'm also farming B1 Battle Droid, but I'm starting to have some extra left over, and so I've been farming Nest. Okay, she's 5 shards away from being activated. I've been farming in this Nest low key because I was able over in fleet battles to completely finish in 3-star the 5 hard nodes in these fleet battles, and so I did start farming Nest every once in a while. So I got my other farms done, then I'll go farm Nest, and if I got additional like I did today, I was able to do all 5 tries, so it's very nice to do. All right, so that was my count. We're gonna pop this over to Evo. He's finishing up a battle here.
This is the new account.
Oh, okay. So yeah, pop it over to Evo.
All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. As far as characters go, haven't seen a lot of movement on my bounty hunters. Django is finally 6-star. Working my way to 7-star, so I do farm him and Bosk every day. So that's where I'm working with those guys. Gear hasn't moved any. I don't think. I may have gotten Django up 1 gear tier. But yeah, pretty much they're kind of sitting where they have been. Django's actually been doing pretty well with me in like a Geo team on Grand Arena. So I'll come back to that. Oh yeah,
his payout being immediate.
Yeah, he's doing pretty good for me. They said turn me up a little bit, BC said. Turn me up. Droids, Empire, no movement on Empire either. Just kind of still using them as I can, but haven't been gearing them at all. Haven't been gearing anyone except for good old Revan. First Order, no movements. Galactic Republic. I'm grabbing Ahsoka Tano when I see her. Padme's still holding strong at level 1, no gear. Barriss, I have enough to activate her, but I've been Dengar on her shards lately. Haven't really seen a whole lot of her. Geos, like I said earlier, they're chilling at gear 11. I could take Geo's soldier up if I really wanted to, but kind of like leaving the team where they are. So Brood Alpha is my current farm in what is that called? Cantina. Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I paused on him a little bit to work on my Revan Relic, but that's about it. I'm going right back to finish him off. Yep, troopers, don't have any troopers. Jedi. Talk about Revan in with the other team. I mean, my Jedi team is my arena team. So these top 5 right here, all. Actually, I've got Gen Ken and Bastila at gear 10. Jolie and Yoda are gear 11. All their abilities that are useful are maxed out, and their mods are okay, except for Evans. So yeah, Jedi are holding strong. No Night Sisters yet. Haven't worked on Phoenix, Rebels. I don't think there's been any movement on my Rebels. I worked on the CLS Rebels a little bit, so they're all pretty close. I need to get Ben up there a little bit, but Luke, Leia, Han, R2, they're all level 85. I actually got Luke to gear, whatever this is, gear 9. I think he just had all the pieces one day, so.
Yeah, they're pretty easy farm for gear.
So yeah, I'll probably get them all to right about gear 9, make sure they've got mods on them, and then go in there and get CLS. We're actually going to come back to that here in a little bit because I want some opinions from the group. Resistance, Rogue One. I haven't really worked on these guys in a while. Pretty much it. Sith finally got all my Trey shards. She's not activated yet, but she's there. Sith Empire. All right. So let me just come back to everybody here. I am having trouble trying to figure out what to do next. So, I mean, like I said, we've got Treya down here just ready to be activated, but I don't have a team for it. We've got Padme here activated, but I don't have a team for her. Like, I've got CLS here that I could get probably by the next stream. But I mean, I could have a team for him, I guess. I mean, I've got Han right here. He's 7-star. I'm working on my bounty hunter so I can go in and get Chewie. Like, I'm trying to figure out what team I should work on next. Because
are you talking about after you finish your Jedi? Because I feel like you've got Revan to Relic 4. I think you need to take Jolie to Relic 4, GMY to Relic 4. Bastila to Relic 4.
Yeah, so like I'm gonna continue to work on them because they're my arena team, and no matter what else I work on, like another team that I work on, I still need to farm characters for that team. So I'm not really focused on gear for that team. Okay. I can gear one team and then farm another team. I'm just not sure where to go. Like I really want to lean towards like the Darth Revan because my Karth is holding pretty strong. We farm these guys. I can work on some gear here. I have not really started on this at all, so I've got a pretty long farm for Bastila. And oh, wait a minute, who's the other one? It's what's her face, right? Juhani. So what I could do, so right now, hard node farms are Bosk and Jango. So when I'm done Bosk and Jango, it'd be very easy for me to just transition over to Juhani and Bastila. So that's a possibility. I could do that. But I'm not really sure where to go. Like, should I go the Darth Revan side and work toward Malik?
I don't know. I would say personally, because you have Padme to finish that team, because that team is actually really good.
So I haven't started Jedi Knight Anakin.
Yeah.
I haven't started Ewoks for C3PO.
Okay.
Yes, I have Gen Ken. Yes, I have R2, but I haven't really started a path for those.
Yeah, PC saying Padme beats Darth Revan, so
yeah.
And that's what I was
so. Like, I mean, I'd have.
You can go. You already have Padme unlocked. You need to get the other characters, but it does allow you to, if you see Darth Revan on defense, just destroy him.
Yeah. So I don't know. Also, kind of like what you said earlier, to have a light side team and a dark side team. Like if I work towards the Revan, I'd have a dark side team as well. But
that's true. Or you could finish a dark side team you already have.
Well, I mean, I do have the bounty hunters. Like I'm working on the bounty hunters.
And you got your geos.
I have bounty hunters, geos, and I'm going to finish this farm before I move on to something else as far as hard node farms go.
Right.
But I'm just not sure what to do next. So maybe I'll do Padme. I'll take that into
placeholder. Yeah, Barris is a great placeholder. Because
really, That last bit on boss would take a while. Yeah, so I mean, what I'll do if I'm going to go for a Padme team, then I need Ewoks, right? So, what I'll do is, once Django drops off, I'll just start farming Wicket if I want to go that route. Yep. And then I'll make sure I'm really hitting them when I find them.
The rest are in Cantina, outside of Logray. Yep. So.
So yeah, we'll see. We'll have to look at that. Yeah, I love my Revan. If while Itachi was going over his stuff, I did a couple arena battles on him, and there were some rough ones. I went against a Revan team that was stronger than mine overall, but we made it through.
Nice.
Got that one. I went against the Padme team. That was pretty rough, but made it through that one. So I mean, going through those two, I'm up at 177 right now. But I fluctuate quite a bit between the 200s and the 100s.
Hashtagger says, just got back from cooking. Do y'all not finish building your full teams? Because that's how you inflate GP. So I think as far as what we've been doing on our other accounts is we typically get those teams to a certain point, and if they're not bigger meta teams, like we kind of drop off on them. So we typically don't take them to gear 12 or anything like that. So that's one of the things that we said that we're going to do a better job of is finishing teams this year and taking them to gear like 11, gear 12, as opposed to just dropping them off at like gear 8, gear 9. Like Phoenix, on all my accounts, I've dropped off at gear 8, maybe gear 9 on some of them, and it's just been like, whatever. I'm not really paying attention to these guys anymore. Well, now that's a gear 8, gear 9 team that's just sitting in my roster. That's, like you said, is bumping up GP, inflating the GP. So instead of having a decent Phoenix squad to, throw on defense or anything for the time being, because I don't have Night Sisters really, I don't have any of these other teams. Well, I have some of them. I have bounty hunters and stuff like that, like on my main account. But I don't really have like the big, a lot of the big defensive teams. And so what ends up happening is, like you all saw last week on the stream last Friday, is we have like really bad back walls because we just don't have the teams defensive wise to really hold up back there. And so you're right, it inflates your GP, and that's some of the reason. So, but yes, we tend to get them to where they can get to unlock the legendary character. And once we can unlock the legendary character, they fall off our radar. They come off of favorites. Sorry.
So yeah, ship wise, I'm kind of at a point where I want to figure out what my plan is with ships, because I haven't really looked at my ships on this account very much. Recently, I guess I should say. I'm working on my Houndstooth and my Boscanol, because that's just going to be a good ship for anything. But and my Geos are maxed out except for their abilities. So they all have abilities that they need upgraded, but that's a lot of mats for those. Mm-hmm. So I'm just trying to figure out what my plan is, like what my end game team is going to be, or what my goal is for this, and yeah, so that's kind of what I'm trying to figure out. But no real changes in this, I don't think. I'm working on 7-star Executrix. Chimera's still sitting at 5-star. Haven't really worked on it yet. Been focusing everything on the home one, because that's my main ship that I'm using. Working on getting Ahsoka's ship up there. Haven't really started using her yet, but working towards her. Phantom, Ghost, grabbing their shards as I see them. Cassian's Biggs, wedges are all maxed out. Nice. Still working on Bistans. Haven't finished Bistans yet, but I'm still also working on those characters. So
it's a long farm.
Yeah. So I'm kind of like midway through on a lot of stuff, and just kind of piecing things together. I mean, I'm holding around the 50s and 60s in my arena shard, but like I said, I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do end game for these guys. But yeah, as far as what I am doing in the stores, so obviously grabbing all these guys, feed my relics. Here, what have I been grabbing? Oh, I'm working on Ahsoka here. That's the Cantina store, Guild store. I've been grabbing mostly gear. But if I see Barris, I will grab her as well. May start working on the Ewoks a little bit more once I make my decision there. Squad Arena store, I am working on HK-47. I have enough to activate him, but that's pretty much it. Still have a ways to go for him. Galactic War store, I mainly look for ships. Otherwise, I've just been going for the Shard store currency.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else I'm really focusing on ships. And Galactic War store. Fleet Arena. Again, I just kind of scroll through this and see what I need every day. So I'm not grabbing Ahsoka here because I can get her somewhere else. Scarif Rebel Pathfinder, I do grab when I see him. And then if there are any ships that I want to continue to work on, I'll grab those. So I didn't grab Ahsoka's or TIE Fighter Pilot at this point because I wanted some currency for the next refresh, just to see if there's anybody else that pops up that I'm looking for. Outside of that, mainly just focusing on gear.
So you're gonna have to negotiate her with Get To, because we're coming to close on GOTBs. Yeah, you're definitely going for Negotiator. 45 out of 145.
Yeah.
So you need to start looking to Galactic Republic ships. So I definitely farm Jedi Knight Anakin next.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I'll figure it out.
It's going to be a big bump for your fleets, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, hashtagger. Darth Revan can beat Padme. Right now, there's quite a bit of a round robin in Squad Arena, which is nice. To where Padme can beat Darth Revan, Padme can beat Jedi Knight Revan, Darth Revan can beat Padme. So, again, a lot of that stuff's gonna just depend on mods and things like that. So those are all pretty big things when it comes to Arena. Is what do your mods look like? What are the mods for your team? What's your gear differences between your Darth Revan and the Padmes that you're going up against? Because I know my main account, I now have a fully relicked Darth Revan team. Darth Malak, Darth Revan, the full team, and there's some Padme teams I cannot beat. So it just really depends. Doc Digger says my top 5 is negotiators now. Very nice. Out there, chat, I do want to know, what are you guys farming? What are you guys farming for Get To? So are you going after Negotiator or are you going after the Malevolence? Let me know in the chat. And real quick before we go, there is Evo's Darth Revan team. I'm going to pull up mine. That's his main account. Pull up my main account, show you guys mine.
I think I started going for Negotiator because of, was it General Skywalker? Is that what his name is? General Anakin.
Yeah, Skywalker. Now, Negotiator's not needed for that. And the ships is probably... Don't have the ships yet. GG all the way, says the Peace Key.
Yeah, I know it's not needed for that, but it's either that or Mace Windu's ship, and I didn't feel like working on
Mace.
Yeah.
Mace is easier to get to 7 stars.
He sure is. Yeah. It's also easier to inflate that GP on a ship you're not going to use.
Yeah. That is true. That is true. Alright, so here's the main account. Let's go to...
You keep holding on to that Peace Key.
What do you hold on to?
One day
Mace will get a rework. This year. I'm calling it. Mace is get it this year. This is the final season of Clone Wars. This year. February. 1 month away, baby. Can't wait. So yeah, here's our Gear 13 Malik, Darth Revan teams. So we both have Darth Revan Bastila at Relic 5. Yeah.
Yes.
And then Evo's got Malik at Relic 3. My Malik is at Relic 2. But my HK-47's at Relic 3. So it's almost a swap there.
Your Stormtrooper's at 4. So you've got 2 Relic levels on me.
Yeah.
Total.
Doc Dicker says, ooh, nice. Trying for Malik next time around. Very nice, man. Malik's definitely worth it. That dude is a boss. That dude is a boss. But yeah, like, this team, like, I don't have Relic 7, so I don't know what it's like going up against Relic 7. This team I can probably take out. Here, let's do this real quick. And maybe I have the kill order incorrect, so I don't face a lot of Padme. I typically actually avoid Padme.
I'll try Padme too.
But I think for the most part, it's a big toss up. Okay, well, there goes Padme, and once Padme goes down, it's easy. Okay. In all fairness, I have not tried this since I reliced Malik. But I do know that Padme is still a soft counter. She's not a hard counter. I don't think there's really any big hard counters right now because the AI is silly, and because the AI is silly, negotiation, since I already have all the ships. A negotiator. Farming for gas. Very nice hashtagger. But yeah, it can go either way. I've seen it go either way. I've seen Padme, when you get in Relic 7, full Relic 7 team against full Relic 7 team, it gets pretty gnarly and down to the wire. See, now Evo's having more of an issue. Granted, that team has C3PO. I did not fight against C3PO. C3PO Padme is definitely the better team.
Don't count me out yet.
No, I'm not counting you out, but it's rough. Like, it's not just like an easy win though. Like, I just went through an easy win, but there was no C3PO.
Yeah.
C3PO, man. C3PO makes that matchup a lot different than Grandmaster Yoda. Grandmaster Yoda is a lot easier. Looks like BlueStacks is having problems.
Hashtag your ship GP shouldn't count if there aren't ships, because there aren't always ships in the Grand Arena. But if there are ships, then it would count.
Yeah. So, like right now, yes, it will. Because right now we have ships. So, right now you should be going up against other individuals that are 3.5 million. When you get into 5v5 without ships, it should be taking, and I think this is the big difference for me this go around, but it should just be taking your character GP and matching up against character GP. So that is what should be happening. All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Don't forget to catch us tomorrow. Well, me tomorrow, for Grand Arena Live at 9. No, I'm not streaming that late. 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, tomorrow 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be doing Grand Arena Live for round 2 for this current Grand Arena. And then Friday is the championships round on Friday night. Evo, you going to be joining us that evening?
A tentative yes.
It'll be later on. I pick up Little Man, so we'll be getting back until a little bit later.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll plan for it, but I don't want to make any promises.
Yeah, no problem. And then usually Saturdays I do the Itachi Gaming, that Hyperdrive bundle account. I'll be doing it on Sunday. I got Little Man this weekend, so I'll be doing it on Sunday whenever I get back from dropping him off and everything. So Sunday night I'll be doing that, and then hopefully we'll be doing some other streams coming up this week, because of Padme is the best overall counter in the game currently. Yes, yeah. Looking to do some other streams this week with Jedi Fallen Order, so keep an eye out for that. We'll see how it goes with Streamlabs. I'm able to go through and play the game now. I've been testing it out, and the computer is back to working properly. Found out that something was punched there to really overwork the graphics card, where I shouldn't have been having an issue with the graphics card that I have. There was something in the BIOS that was kicking it up all the way up. So then the graphics card was kind of overheating there. So we got that fixed. And also, hopefully, I'll be getting some new items here soon for the actual stream itself to get a little clearer audio for you guys. That was something I was working on the other day when I had some audio issues. But looking to get some stuff for the microphone itself, make it a little clearer so it comes out pretty nice there on the stream for you guys, and we're not blowing your ears out. So looking into that stuff. So yeah, fun stuff for 2020. Hopefully we get to 500 subs. Thank you, Doc Diggler, for the sub tonight. Greatly appreciate it, man. I believe we have a link for the Discord in the description. If not, I will put it in there. So if you want to join the Discord, you can jump in there. That's where we're going to end up sharing that mod guide that I'm going to be completing sometime, hopefully sometime this month, with all the top teams really that you really want to use in like Grand Arena and things like that. All right, guys, my name is Itachi, and his name is
Evo.
And this was your Imperial Military Podcast Show. All right, guys, we're out. Throwing up those deuces. Peace out, y'all.